Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So, have you completed that 64-bit addition? So,
Yes,
last
ma'am.
class I have explained this example. Okay. So, you have to use one for data pointer for getting your data. So, this will be your first data. So this is your first data and this is your second data. First, you need to perform. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. First, you have to perform LSB addition, and for that you have to use add S instruction in order to update the flag status. Okay. And after that, you have to perform MSB addition. For that, you have to use this add with carry and store your results in the corresponding register. So using this method, we can perform 64-bit addition. Okay. Have anyone explained the code? So have you tried this code? Tried the this code in Kale Microvision?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And anyone is ready to explain? Yes. Can anyone explain the code? Have you tried out in Kale Microvision? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No? No RS 47?
No, ma'am.
No. See, my kind advice is whenever I give program, simple program or complex program, please try it out in the Kale Microvision. Otherwise, you will not familiar with ARM instructions. Because your first two unit covers completely ARM architecture and ARM assembly level programs. And third and fourth are it's a theory concepts only. The programming concepts involved in your first and second unit. So please concentrate on coding part. Okay. So that will be useful for your embedded lab also.
Yes, ma'am.
I will explain the code. Okay. So 64-bit addition. So first, we need to define input address for getting the data. Okay. So for that, I am going to use R0. So you have to make this R0 as a input data pointer and store your results the corresponding address pointed by R3. Okay. So this is your output address. So in your data area, you should specify your 32-bit address. This is assigning 32-bit address into uh, variable. Okay, for that I am going to use RAM underscore ADDR1. This is for your input address. So equal 0x 2000000. So this is for getting your input. Okay. So assign another address for storing your results. Okay. Zero x 2000000. 0020. This is for your output. Okay, so that's all about the data area. So coming to the code area, so you have to move this address 1 and address 2 into the corresponding registers using LDR instruction. Okay, LDR, I'm going to use R0 for input address. So that is equal to RAM underscore ADE R1. Okay. And next LDR R3 is equal to RAM underscore ADDR. Okay. So what is the next step? You have to get the input one by one. So consider this is the data 1, 32-bit LSB and 32-bit MSB. Data 2, 32-bit LSB and 32-bit MSB. We are going to perform 64-bit addition. So first you have to complete this LSB and then MSB. Okay. So what is the next step? What is the next step? So store your LSB of 32 into the address pointed by R0. Next, store your MSB of first data 32-bit, okay, into R2. Next, store the data 2 LSB into R4 and R5, okay, and store the result R6 and R6. Is that clear, students? So you have to store your data in this way. R0 is configured as a pointer. Get the data to R0 and transfer the data into R1. Next, get the data and transfer the data into R2. Get the data, transfer it into R4. Get it and transfer it into R5. After addition, store it in R6 and R7. So what is the next step? Please tell me. So what would be the next step?
We have to copy the values.
Copy the data from R0 to which register? Students, please interact. So this register is R1. So you have to use which instruction? You have to use which instruction for moving the content of R0 into R1? What instruction should be used?
LDR R1 comma bracket.
LDR R1 comma bracket.
LDR R1 comma in brackets R0. Okay, the data pointed by R0 is transferred to R1. So this R1 holds the LSB of data 1. So R1 holds 32-bit data. So what is the next step? What is the next step?
LDR R.
First, you complete all your getting the input from the corresponding address. Okay. First, we will complete that. Next, I have to increment data pointer. So add R0 comma #4. So now it is currently pointing which memory? Currently pointing which one? Students, please interact. Currently
04.
pointing initially 200000. After incrementing 4, it's pointing
2000004.
4. Okay. So get the data from that memory location. Move the data into which register?
R1.
Huh? R2.
R1.
Okay. For that you have to use LDR. So LDR R2 comma in bracket R0. Okay. Now your R2 holds the first data MSB. Okay. And next again increment the data pointer. R0 comma #4. Now it is pointing which address? 0, 8. Okay. So move that value into which register? R4 register. So LDR R4 comma in bracket R0. Okay, students. So what is the next step? What is the next step?
Again, we have to increment.
Hmm? Increment the pointer. Now it is pointing which one?
1, 2.
0, C. Initially 20000, okay? And plus 4 pointing 04, plus 4 pointing 08. Now it is pointing 0C, okay? Move that value into which register?
R5.
R5 register. So R5 comma R0. So your data, all the data are arranged in this manner, okay? So LSB is moved into R1 register, that is data 1 LSB, okay? Data 1 MSB is moved into R2. Data 2 LSB moved into R4. Data 2 MSB moved into R5, okay? So after getting the data, what you have to do?
Move it to R6 and R7.
So which one is added with which register?
R1 and R4.
R1 and R4 and store the result in R6.
Okay. For that you have to use
Add S.
add S, perform the first addition by adding R1 content with R4, okay? I have to use this R6 for storing my results, okay? So R1 comma R4. Your LSB addition would be completed here. At the same time, flags will be updated in APSR register. So what is the next step?
Add C R2, R7, R2, R5.
Add C.
R7, R2, R5.
Yes. 1 second. Add C. So we are going to perform this addition. R2 plus R4. And we are supposed to store the result in R7. So R7. Hello. இருக்கேன் கிளாஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா இங்கே தான் இருக்கு ஆமாம் வா வா சரி சரி So R7 comma R2 comma R5. So these two MSP, that is R2 and R5 contents get added and result will be transferred to R7. So next we have to store our results. For that we need to use str instruction. So இதெல்லாம் store பண்ணனும். You have to store this R6 and R7 into corresponding memory location. For that you have to use str. For str, for storing LSB, R6, comma, R3. So your R3 is currently pointing this address 20. So I am transferring, storing this LSB of your 32-bit answer into R3. So what is the next instruction? str R7, comma, in bracket you can directly give R3 plus #4. This format is also allowed for incrementing the data pointer. So str R7, comma, R3 plus #0. So in that case, your R3 is pointing 2000024. Okay, end the program. So 20 holds the 32-bit LSB answer and 24 holds the MSB answer. Okay. Please note down all the instruction. So next class, I randomly I will call roll numbers and I will ask you to show your screen, Pale Microvision screen. Okay. So please try all the Pale Microvision. Is that okay, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Please note down the and also data section you have. To specify all. See, is there any voice break? Is there any break in my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, actually, I have connected my system to CAMP Wi-Fi. If any connection drop, if there is any connection drop, please let me know. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So, do you have any doubts in 64-bit addition? No. Have you completed these 3 problems, data processing exercise? So what is the answer for first one? ஹோம்ஒர்க்லாம் கொடுத்தா போடுங்க, ஏதாவது ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்ரி டைம் ஐ ஆம் ஒன்லி எக்ஸ்பிளைனிங், நீங்க எதுவுமே இன்டராக்ட் பண்றது இல்லை. யூ ஆர் நாட் டூயிங் எனி ஹோம்ஒர்க் ப்ராப்ளம் ஆல்சோ. ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி பாயிண்ட் வந்து நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணணும்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணீங்க. இட்ஸ் வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட் டு கம்ப்ளீட் த சிலபஸ். At the end of the semester, we would complete only 2 units. So please cooperate with me. என்னென்ன ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் கொடுக்குறனோ ஜஸ்ட் யூ ஒர்க் இட் அவுட் அண்ட் டெல் மீ த ஆன்சர். நீங்கள் இப்படியே இருந்தீங்கன்னா எவ்ரி ஹோம்ஒர்க் ப்ராப்ளம்க்கு இட் வில் டேக் another 20 minutes. Can you understand my situation? At the end of the semester, we would be completing only 2 units alone. Remaining 3 units are completely theory based. அப்புறம் பூங்கோதை மேடம் சிலபஸ் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணலன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. ஏதோ பேசுங்க, முடிச்சிங்களா இல்லையாப்பா?
எஸ் மேம்.
Yes, ma'am.
சொல்லுங்க, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் ஆன்சர் சொல்லுங்க.
MVN, ma'am.
அதுல நான் ஸ்லைட்லயே ஆன்சர் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அது அவங்க பசங்களுக்கு அதுவும் தெரியாது. கூகுள் கிளாஸ் ரூம்ல லோட் பண்ணியாச்சு. அதுல ஆன்சரும் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அந்த ஆன்சரை பார்த்து சொல்லவும் தெரியாது. மைக்கையும் அன்மியூட் பண்ண மாட்டீங்க. ஸ்லைட்ல பாருங்கப்பா, ஆன்சர் கொடுத்துருக்கேன் பாருங்க. அதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் மட்டும் பண்ணுங்க பார்க்கலாம். How would you load the 2's complement representation of -1 into register R3 using single instruction? What is the answer for this?
Move negate R3, 0, ma'am.
Move not
R3, 0, ma'am.
move not
R3, hashtag 0.
hash. So after execution, your R3 holds which one? So what is the representation of -1? சொல்லுங்க, 2's complement போடுங்க, just do it. What is the representation? 2's complement representation for -1.
2's complement, ma'am.
2's complement representation of -1.
F, ma'am. F.
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 Okay. F, 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 E, R.
E, ma'am. E.
So this is the -1 representation. So using move not instruction, we can load the register, that is we can load 2's complement representations in the corresponding register. So this will perform 1's complement operation. After that, the result is transferred to R3. Okay. So what is this one? Implement absolute value function for a register value using only 2 instructions. So the problem is, suppose absolute comma, that is your input is -7. After executing these 2 instructions, you should get 27. So you have to calculate the original value of this negative value. So what is the operation? Suppose if the number is -7, you have to use proper instruction to find out absolute value of this 7. So what is the absolute value of -7? You should get 7. How do you do that?
And subtract
You
minus
subtract
7
from
by
0.
E.
Huh? By first you have to use move instruction and next use reverse subtract instruction. Okay. For example, R7 holds -7. Okay. R7 holds -7. Yeah? -7. Okay. So move that result into R7. After execution, this -7 is loaded into R7 along with flag update. So in that case, your negative flag will be set to 1. Okay. And after that, I am going to use reverse subtract along with conditional attribute. Okay. If the number is negative number, I am going to perform reverse subtraction. So in earlier, according to earlier instruction, your R7 holds -7. I am going to subtract, that is reverse subtracting this register content by #1. So 0 minus of -7. So what do you get? What do you get?
7.
7. So this is the absolute value for your -7. So first you have to transfer the content into R7, okay? That is original value, and perform reverse subtraction with #0. You will get an absolute value by checking this minus conditional attribute. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So next you try out the third one. So what is the third question? Multiply a number by 35, guaranteeing that it executes in 2 core clock cycle. So you have to use only 2 instructions. Okay. Just you observe, analyze these 2 instructions and tell me the answer. 1 second. So what is your inference? So what is the question given here? Multiply a number by 35. So for that you have to use only two instruction. So here and the clock cycle also given. Suppose if you use multiply instruction, it takes more number of clock cycle. In order to avoid that, you should use the parallel shifter component by incorporating add and reverse subtract. I will explain this. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So you have to multiply the register content by 35. Okay. For example, your input is 4. Your multiplier is 35. So what is the answer for this one? What is the answer? 4 into 35?
140, ma'am.
Huh?
140, ma'am.
140. Okay. So this can be written into 4 into 7 into 5. Okay. So first we will complete this 4 into 5 because we have to use add instruction. Okay. So add, first instruction is R9, R8, R8, LSL #2. Okay. So let's assume your R8 holds 4. So I'm going to multiply this register content by 5. So 4 into 5. So this will be, your answer will be 30 and transfer that answer into R9. So that is our objective. For that I have to use this LSL #2. Okay. So first you have to multiply, complete this expression 4 into 5. So 4 into 5 is equal to 20. So this can be implemented by incorporating logical shift left #2. So 2 power of 2, okay, into 4. So what is the answer? 2 power 2 into 4, what is the answer?
16.
16. But we are supposed to get 20.
20.
Okay. So your multiplier is 5. Okay. So this will perform 2 power n multiplication. So 5 means we can accommodate 2 power 2 into 4, 60. Again, you have to add 4. Your input, you will get 20. Okay. So first R8 LSL comma #2. Okay. For that, you will get 16. Again, you add the 16 with your original content of R8. You will get 20. That 20 should be stored in R9. Now your R9 holds this 20. Okay. So this expression is implemented by using this add along with logical shift left instruction. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this 4 into 5 we are going to perform. For that, we need to use logical shift left operator. So this 5 can be written as 2 power of 2 into 4 plus 4. So you will get 20. Okay, this is your R8. R8 into 2 power of 2 and this is your R8 content after multiplying 20. Okay, so what is the next step? You have to multiply this 20 by how many times?
7.
7 times. So R9 into 7. For that you have to use logical shift left. Okay. So this multiplier using logical shift left, we can write it as 2 power of 3. So 2 power of 3 is?
8.
8.
Again you have to subtract 2 power of 8, but multiplier is 7. you have to subtract the multiplicand by 1 time. So this can be written as 2 power of 3. So R9 minus R9 into 2 power of 3. Okay. So 20 minus 20 into 2 power of 3 is equal to 140. So for that you need to use reverse subtract. So what is the instruction? Reverse subtract R9 comma LSL hash 3. Okay. After that, you store your result in R9. Okay. And reverse subtracting the content and store your answer in R10. Is that clear? So using these two single cycle instruction, we can able to perform your multiplication within 2 clock cycles. These two must be executed within single clock cycle. Are you able to follow? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Students, board side?
Yes, ma'am.
sir. So analyze this program. So analyze the following program which subtracts 32-bit value from another 32-bit value. Sorry. F6, 2562, F8. Only they have taken 32-bit number. Here F41, 2963. So this value is 64-bit and this value is 64-bit. First, they have completed LSB addition and then they perform MSB. Just to analyze the program and tell me the answer. So first 4 instructions for loading your LSB and MSB. So this will be loaded into R0 and this will be loaded into R1 and this 21 is loaded into R2 and this 35 is loaded into R3. So what they are going to do, first they will perform LSB subtraction by subtracting R0 content from R1. So what is the answer? It is F412963B minus F62562F8. So this is your R0 and this is your R1. So subtract R0 from R1. Students, please do it in the calculator,
Yes, ma'am, doing it.
the hexadecimal calculator, and tell me the answer. So what is the answer after subtracting these two numbers?
FDED
What is the answer?
FDED 3341.
FDED 334. What about carry? What about carry? Because they have used S suffix here. Your carry must be 0. And what about borrow? When
One
carry is 0, what about borrow?
1.
One. Borrow is 1. Okay. So what is the next operation? S, B, C, R6, comma, R3, comma, R2. So what is the content of R2? R2 holds this 21 and R3 holds this 35. So R3 minus R2 minus 1. Because R3 holds 35 minus 21 borrow plus carry. So that is the representation. Okay, for subtraction. So borrow is the inverse of carry. So subtract the borrow and add to this carry. So this is the representation you have to follow in case of your subtraction operation. See, R3 minus R2 minus 1 plus C. So 35 minus 21 minus 1 plus 0, you will get 0x13. So just you look at this table. So this is your LSB subtraction. Okay. Here 3B, that is 06 is subtracted from 3B. 9D is subtracted from 96. 3A is subtracted from 12. And 09 is subtracted from 4. After subtraction, you will get this answer. And according to your flag update, your carry is 0. When carry is 0, there is borrow. Okay, during your subtraction operation, when there is carry, okay, so there is borrow. When carry is 0, there is borrow. So now Z plus 0 minus 1, okay, just you consider borrow alone and subtracting these two, DF minus 1 from 35, FF from 0, FF from 0, FF from 0. So you will get this. Are you able to follow?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any doubts in this problem? Okay, first they have completed LSB subtraction. Okay. After LSB subtraction, carry is 0. So in subtraction operation, you have to consider borrow. Okay. Borrow is nothing but the inverse of your carry. Okay. If carry is 0 means there is borrow. So the syntax is R3 minus R2 minus 1 plus. So the answer is 13. Your LSB subtraction, after the subtraction, the result is 30, and this is your MSB subtraction answer. Okay. So this is your next program. So write an assembly code to find the number of positive and negative number in an array. So just you read out the algorithm given in this slide and tell me what is the procedure to identify the given number is negative or positive. Okay.
And we can check the negative flag, ma'am.
Yes. Tell me.
And we can check the negative flag, ma'am,
Yeah. How can you check the negative flag?
by activating ASP.
Huh?
Lisa
So,
flag.
so you were supposed to check the 31st bit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
31st bit. How can you check the 31st bit of each number? Suppose if the 31st bit is 1, that number is a negative number. If it is 0, that number is the positive number. So how do you check the 31st number is 1 or 0? Are you getting me?
We can use rotate, shift
Just
to
you, I have given the detailed algorithm in this slide. Just you read out the algorithm and tell me what is your inference.
Ma'am, can you use MI or PL, ma'am?
Yes?
Can you use MI or PL, ma'am?
I can't get you. We can use. We can use.
Take the negative flag.
Your voice is breaking.
MI.
Could you repeat that? Yes.
Ma'am, can you use that MI, ma'am, to check?
Yeah, MI okay. How can you use that?
Ma'am, we'll add MI. That's
See, we have to monitor the 31st bit. Okay. 31st bit when 1 irundichna, that number is a negative, otherwise positive. How would you test the 31st number is 1, 31st bit is 1 or 0? How would you monitor that?
Reverse subtraction and then MI.
Reverse subtraction. See, one second. For example, number is, one second. 1, 1, 2, 2, okay? 3, 3, 4. So this number is positive or negative?
Negative.
Huh? Positive or negative? Negative or
Positive.
positive? Your MSB is 1 and you write it in binary 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay? 0, 0, 0, 1. What is the 31st bit here? 0. 31st bit holds 0. So this number is a positive number. If you have to trace this 31st bit, how would you trace that? எனக்கு 31st bit மட்டும் எனக்கு 1 or 0 ஆன்னு தெரியணும். நீங்க எப்படி trace பண்ணுவீங்க? By adding with this number 80000. இப்போ இதோட நான் 8 add பண்றேன். சரிங்களா? What is your MSB? 1000. Add பண்ணும்போது என்ன 0 with add with 1 0 0 0. If the result is 0, that number is the positive number. Suppose if your number is negative number, for that case, suppose F, okay? One zero zero 8 oda add panda. What is the answer? 0 0 0 1. You get 8, okay? But here you get 0. Okay? So if the result is not equal to 0, that number is the negative number. If the result is 0, that number is a positive number. Okay? So the logic here is, let's take this number 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 3. Write it in binary. Okay? I am going to add this value with your input. Okay? Write it in binary. Okay? So 1 and with 0, 0. 1 and with 0, 0. 0, 0 and with 0, 0. What is the answer? Last bit. So this number is a positive number. I'm going to add with this value with this number. So 0 and with 1, what is the answer?
0.
0. So the result is going to be 0. If the result is 0, okay, after add operation, that number is the positive number. Okay. So for negative representation, let's take this number. Okay. So this is the hexadecimal representation for this particular value. Okay. So this is the hexadecimal representation for this negative value. Write it in binary. So look at here, your 31st bit is 1. So 31st bit is 1 means this number is the negative number. Okay. and your input with this number. So what is the answer you will get? What is the answer you will get?
1.
That is same value. Suppose if you AND with this value, you will get 80000. Okay. So if there is after AND operation, if the result is 0, that number is a positive number, otherwise a negative number. So I will explain the algorithm. So it's a homework problem. Okay. So tomorrow class we will discuss, and also I will demonstrate the code. Okay. So first you load the base array, address of array. You have, using this array, you have to get your input, okay? And load a register with the value of this one. You can use any general purpose register, okay? So in your data space, using DCD, okay? Using DCD, get your inputs one by one. And also assign a variable to this particular number and load that value into some registers, general purpose register. Okay. So initialize the output address to store the number of positive and negative. Okay. For storing your results, initialize your output address. At the same time, initialize counter register. Okay. For representing number of elements in an array. Okay. So get the value from array one by one and the array element with this value. Okay. If negative flag is not set, okay, increment the register. Okay, for counting the number of positives. For example, and S R0, R0, R4. Okay. So this R0 is nothing but this value, 8000 value. I'm going to AND with this value, that is AND this value with this number, your input element. Okay. After that, I have to check the number is positive or negative by using conditional attribute, that is add PL. If the number is positive, increment a particular register to store the count of number of positive number. Suppose if the number is negative, add MI. Okay. So after comparison, decrement the count register and check the count value becomes 0. If it is not 0, repeat the steps. Okay. So first initialize the array and initialize that 800 value into the corresponding register. Get the array element one by one and the array element with that particular value. If the number is positive, okay, you have to use positive attribute, that is PL attribute, and increment the positive count. If it is a negative number, use this add MI conditional attribute to increment the negative number. Okay. After comparison, you decrement the count register and check to see if the count value is equal to 0 or not. If it is not equal to 0, repeat the process. Okay. And to identify the number of positive and negative. If it is 0, stop the program. So you have to initialize the array at the beginning of the program. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
புரிஞ்சுதுங்களா? வேற doubts இருந்தா கேளுங்க. Tomorrow we will discuss the answer. Yes. So first DCD கொடுத்து உங்க அரேவை இனிஷியலைஸ் பண்ணிருக்கமா, பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் 8000 ஒரு வேரியபிள் அசைன் பண்ணிருங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அரேவை கெட் பண்ணுங்க. இது 800 ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. ஆட் பண்ணிட்டு you have to use the add PL and add MI for checking positive and negative. இப்போ இதை எப்படி எழுதணும்னா, PL R3 comma R3 comma #1. So if the number is positive, this instruction will get executed, where R3 will be incremented. Okay. If the number is negative, add MI R4 comma R4 comma #01. Okay, after AND operation, if the number is positive, this instruction will get executed and R3 will be incremented by 1. If the condition is false, this will get executed and R4 will be incremented by 1. So in this way, we can identify the positive and negative number. Is that clear? After that, store your count, number of positive count and number of negative count. Is that clear, students? Do you have any
Yes,
doubt?
ma'am.
No? Yes, ma'am. So any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No doubt.
Roll number 1.